I wasn't listening to the panel until he screamed at us asking if you could Sunder Egg. I'm guessing that was Slacks asking that only. That if you could Sunder Egg, then you would carry wards and you would Sunder the ward, Synderin. That would be the strategy.
That's true.
Literally.
That is actually true because, as you just pointed out, the Phoenix ulti is a ward. You could also Sunder power cogs.
That's right. Thank you, Synderin. Anyway, they got brooded again.
Yeah.
Everybody saw it coming.
Nope.
Can they? Well, everybody but Spirit. Can they do anything about it?
I don't know. I don't get it. Like, it's really weird for me to see. Liquid is a team that loves Brood a lot. Like, they've played this on Quake a lot of the times in the past in different metas. In this tournament, it's been like first phase banned a lot, or at least banned in the second phase. Now, 2 games in a row, Team Spirit give it away 4th and 5th pick in games that are actually pretty important to them. And in neither of them do I feel like they have very good solutions. Like, I would be super happy to be proved wrong here and have them win this game, but I'm so concerned. Like, if a team that loves Brood gets to last pick Brood like this, they are having a field day, almost always.
I mean, they talked about last game they had Kunkka to technically catch the Brood and kill the spiders. It didn't really work out too well. Now their catch is essentially Snowball and then eventually the Blink into Mars Arena. I guess Rebuke is pretty good at killing the spiders. Not as long range as a Tidebringer though. I mean, they picked, you know what, let's just talk about Tusk and Jakiro. These are heroes that are just not picked anymore. I'm really happy to see them. I obviously not convinced until we actually, this is the thing, we've said this last series, I think, but the thing I love about Team Spirit is they're picking heroes that are not in the meta, and at times they're making them look really good. Is this going to be one of those games?
I'm not sold on Jakiro here. I think they only really picked it into the TA, right? They picked it into TA, Oracle, Phoenix. I think the 2 supports are great against Jakiro. One of them has block for magic damage, and the other one doesn't care about taking damage as long as it gets its ult off. Jakiro doesn't have good attack speed, it doesn't have good attack range, so it's terrible against the egg. And I don't think it does particularly well in lane against either support either.
Do you think that they just wanted, I mean, I'm sure there was a better one that you can bring up, but you think they needed something to take off Refraction perhaps from the support side? Because they don't really have much to take that off in terms of the SumaiL TA. Is Insania? He might be in some trouble here. That is Tag Team. That is a very strong level 1 spell. And in fact, that will be first blood going the way of the Tusk.
Now who wants to be second?
Yeah. They're going to choose to tri-lane the Brood because they know that any dual lane combination they have will not handle this pressure. This is something similar to what we saw. Actually, never mind. They just want the first blood and now they're TPing out. I know I'm talking a lot about the Brood. You know this thing I like to say when there's a Brood in the game? It's an Alchemist game. And it really is what this is going to be. This is going to be one of the games where you really got to pay attention to the Brood because it's going to take a lot of it.
I feel like you could come up with a better term that actually works for more than one hero.
Yeah.
You know, just name it after something that's not a hero, perhaps. You gonna play the game, Synderin?
Yes.
Okay, just check.
Eventually, but for now I'm watching it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm worried for Spirit in this bottom lane that when Brood hits level 4, 5, especially 6, the good thing against about Terrorblade, I guess, is that he can jungle level 4, right? You just leave. You're not going to do well in that lane. Who are they going to park there? Is it going to be Mars? If Mars has a bad start in the top lane, he is not very able to go down there, and he's playing against a carry Axe. Great matchup, but at the very least they find the Oracle kill. Very interesting how Jakiro seemingly was able to do that almost on his own.
Maybe it's a great hero after all.
Oh, they did meta for it. Never mind.
Into the trees, and Yataro doesn't want to waste his time, so we'll use the rest of the... Oh, we're going to see some action top lane. The Rebuke after the spear for Collapse. A 3-0 advantage for Team Spirit. They heard people talking smack. Speaking of smacking, Mickey does end up getting the trade in the end. But why do you think Jakiro isn't played? Like, forget about this game in general. Is there a reason that the hero just is considered not good right now? I mean, it provides push, right? It has good damage overall and a nice stun.
So it has multiple. I think its biggest strength is the early laning stage. But the problem is after the laning stage, its primary weaknesses are it's slow. All of its cast animations are long. So at a higher level of play, people have an easier time dodging the spells in general. And a lot of the damage can get countered, right? You can dispel both dual breath and you can just run out of macro pyre and it fades, or you can dispel that too, I believe. Ice Path is not very strong until it's maxed out. And
Dire's courier has been killed.
he just, like, you gotta hold it up against other supports that are strong in lane and what they offer later, right? Like, similar to what I've talked about a couple of times in this tournament so far, it's about the conditions, right? Like how often do you get a very good Jakiro combo? Like what does your lineup need to have for Jakiro to shine? A classic pairing would be something like Darkseer. Okay.
Spear into the tree, but Mira, he was getting off the tag, a lot of damage, but he's gonna fall to the Axe passive. Counter Helix for the win. Collapse, not able to catch up to Mickey.
Yep, that's a hero you don't really like going on with tag team. He hits back.
Indeed.
And,
oh, nice spear though. He did pick up a Ring of Houses, a little bit tankier now, but the tier 1 tower is doing quite a bit of work. Collapse does have the Battle Hunger applied. Here comes Mira. Yeah, I think Mickey is going to find his way to the grave, but gets the kill onto Mars first.
Was that worth it?
Wow.
I don't know if that was worth it.
Taiga in the meantime being chased. Yeah, that is a snowball available and he'll use it.
Right, I'm going to go ahead and say that was not worth it.
Thank you, Cinderin.
You are welcome, sir.
Okay, well, I mean, once we get to level 6, that's going to be, like you said, the most interesting part where Koikwa's just going to be in this lane by himself, seemingly.
I think so.
I mean, Lina, I could see, like, clearing the way, but you don't want to be a mid-hero just staying in one lane, just trying to contest, especially with Toronto Tokyo playing. We've seen him destroy on this hero before.
Lina can't clear against Brood. I don't think so. I think it's too difficult. Dragon Slave doesn't kill the spiders, and your spells can get dodged, right? Hitting the stun is hard. Lina just cannot be there at all. So it's only Mars. Nobody else has a chance. Jakiro dies as well against Brood.
Do you think, I mean, they must have known that it was a possibility that they were going to pick Brood,
I think so.
Like, I feel like it's not possible.
After Game 1. I mean, after Game of Thrones, I believe you can forget about literally everything. So maybe they just forgot about the Brood.
Are you talking about the writing of that show, how it went downhill as it made no sense?
Just a specific justification of how someone just forgot about something. You kind of just forgot about the Brood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just shocked that you made a TV reference. It wasn't that good, though, but
that's because you don't get it, because you don't watch TV.
I'll give you credit. As Koikwa getting chased by his own Brood illusion.
We haven't talked about mid, by the way. Let's swing by mid for a moment, because SumaiL was having a really good start. I think he was, okay, we're not looking at mid anymore.
Yeah, Taiga's getting beat down by Mira. I mean, this is the beauty of Tusk, right? Just a lot of aggression early. You can net yourself some decent kills. He's actually going to use the snowball, and it actually will connect. I think he was going to be in range, and there's the Ice Shard to block in Taiga, so another kill from Mira. This Tusk is looking, I mean, it's still relatively early on, but extremely good.
Taiga ended up taking 400 damage before he dove, instead of just diving.
Right.
And then he could get killed. He was probably expecting he could create more distance, and especially that snowball wouldn't connect in the tower. So nicely done there from Mira. Good deny here from Toronto Tokyo. So yeah, SumaiL had a good start in the mid lane, a good lead. He still has that, about 400 net worth up on the Lina. Level advantage as well. 46 and 7 to, I think it was 35 and 9.
Yeah.
Now it's 36 and 9. So good start for SumaiL, obviously going to transition into also hitting jungle creeps at a faster pace than Lina. So should expect him to pull more and more ahead. Now, is this a good TA game compared to the last one? I think it's worse, probably. I would say both Terrorblade, Lina, and Jakiro fare well against the hero. There's a lot of refraction damage, breakers, Terrorblade with the illusions, could buy Manta as well. Not a build we see very often on Terrorblade anymore, but it can be good here. Lina with Fiery Soul, Jakiro, lots of damage over time abilities. Obviously can be dispelled by the Oracle, but
I'm just happy we're seeing more position 1 Axe. We've seen it a couple times today, and it has looked quite good. Doesn't always win, which means it's not going to get nerfed probably, which is great to hear. As Collapse is going to stumble upon Mickey's stack, he's just going to leech a little bit XP. Does get level 6, doesn't have mana for the arena unless he uses a Soul Ring. Just trying to steal some CS here. As it looks like Koikwa is just going to be left alone for now for this tier 1 tower. Looks like they did scan just to make sure that there's no TP support, but we have a smoke here. Very early smoke with Terrorblade involved, actually. He had to abandon the bot lane, so he might as well try to get some XP in here, I suppose. And they see Insania.
He is toast.
Yep, he is dead. I mean, he's died a couple times already. Not the highest priority kill, but with the meta, they might be able to get this tier 1 tower mid as SumaiL is kind of in the jungle here, picking out some ancient stacks.
Very good rotation. Best possible play on the map. They're not looking to defend bottom. Pushing top would also be harder than this, but collapsing. Knowing that Brood can't join this makes it a 4 on 5. They get the kill that makes it a 3 on 5 in case Mars were to rotate. And TA can't stop this. So nicely done from Team Spirit.
Yeah, SumaiL gets most of the ancient creeps.
Dire's
Knows
middle
that
tower is under
Spirit are
attack.
going to be in the vicinity. Actually gets the trap overall, so we'll finish them off completely.
Dire's courier
And SumaiL, I mean, he's top net worth right now, which again, I mean, I feel like every TA game is, it's kind of the same
An
thing.
Alchemist game.
God, here we go. I mean, in a different way, I guess. Yeah, sure. But
That's so funny.
not really. That was a pity laugh, if anything.
Thank you.
I mean,
you're a good friend. I'm actually starting to sound like Jenkins. Those were two lines he could have said.
You're a good friend.
Those are two things Jenkins could have totally said on broadcast. I am so funny, and you're a good friend.
I know. Jenkins is a very strange individual.
Terrible influence on everyone.
That's true. That's
Dire's
definitely true.
courier has been
Oh,
killed.
Mira gets the courier kill, looks like. He's just going to back away, though. And, I mean, still level 5, but off to a really good start for him specifically. But Liquid's still in net worth lead, mainly because of both the Brood and SumaiL's TA.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Mars did go bottom lane, so... As Toronto Tokyo does have an Invis Rune and the Laguna Blade as well. Not going for the Courier. Wants the Hero instead. And the Reflection's going to start things out. LSA into the Laguna Blade. Oh, the right clicks. Nope, the smoke. I don't even know if that was needed.
I
think there was one attack.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it would have been fine, but okay.
Either way.
This is how you get front page on Reddit though, so gotta go for it.
You really think that would be front page Reddit? I don't know. I don't think you give him enough credit.
If it's the right player that does it, it's front page. If Miracle did that, it's top.
That's true.
1,500
He could have
upvotes.
had 500 health and did it. And
Miracle does it, 1,500 upvotes. Weeha does it, 2,000 downvotes. What's this guy doing, you know?
Poor Weeha. My boy.
Yeah.
I miss my boy, actually. But Koikfa's having a great time. I mean, they have top 3 net worth in the entire game for Liquid. They are, I mean, it's not quite snowballing yet because the lead is not that substantial. But if you're a Liquid fan, you have to be happy with this. I mean, they're down on kills, but they're still doing quite well.
They're very comfortable in the game. They know what the game plan is. The lanes have gone fine. I think the majority of these kills have been good rotations from Spirit rather than just lane outplays. So it's completely fine because those kills are different, right? When you get these kills with 3 or 4 man rotations, they cost as well. They're not like free gold because you lost farm.
Oh boy, yeah, talk about the god-awful turn rate onto the Jakiro. Although, here comes Collapse with the Mars Arena. The Rebuke takes care of most of the spiders, and then the big one gets sent into the arena. They just don't really have any damage to follow it up with. And Toronto Tokyo just getting simply right-clicked down by SumaiL. Ends up being a very easy one in the end, and they, of course, got the Jakiro because he can't move anyway as a hero in general. Although they did buff that recently, I feel like. Like, they've been slowly buffing it so that...
Yeah, some heroes have a little better turn rate, and some heroes got a little worse, I think. The ones with the very best got a little nerf, and the ones with the very worst got a little buff, but it's still relatively... It's not really the turn rate that bothers me about Jakiro, to be honest. It's the animation times. Casting spells takes pretty long. I think it got better on Dual Breath, but still, the hero just feels very clunky and slow a lot of the time.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with that. So 2K net worth lead. I want to talk to you about something. I'm not sure if we're going to get interrupted by a fight here, but I've been trying to convince people that this item is good, okay? On Axe. So Axe is going to be going for this Blink Dagger, Shard, Manta, all that good stuff, right?
Right.
And you have a TA on your... Of course, he's going to need BK, but the problem is he needs so many items on this hero. But in this position, once you're going to get it. As we might see a fight here, so we're going to have to hold up on that thought. Taiga, level 7. Snowball to start things out.
Oh, he dove.
Oh, he actually did dive. All right, he's going to get off.
Good spirits.
Egg, as Mickey is zoning it. So nicely done there. So it will be a successful egg in the end. Saves his life, essentially, as Mira kind of just walks away. So things just dissipate completely. Whoa,
oh
Yataro.
My goodness.
Koikfa gets a kill on Collapse in the meantime. Yataro got so much lower than I thought he would.
Yeah.
He does live, so in the end, no big deal. But yeah, Collapse dying, not too great, obviously. And if this is another lineup, just with a TA, gives you the Roche potential. Yeah. So always have to be wary of that.
What do you want on X?
I know you're really interested on this, but when you have a minus armor hero in the game, which TA is, Aghanim Scepter, I think, is severely underrated. So Battle Hunger will apply -7 armor to anybody, right? Berserker's Call loses 3 seconds on cooldown, and anybody you call gets minus... It's not just minus armor, the plus armor applies to Axe. He's literally stealing that armor.
Right.
I think it's a very underrated item.
It's a good item in this game because you're playing against both Terrorblade, Tusk, and Mars, right? There's a lot of physical damage.
Yeah.
The way I think about it is... It's actually, in a way, it's a less offensive item than an AC here, because you get the minus armor from AC, but then you get attack speed on your pure damage.
Exactly.
And getting against Terrorblade, having attack speed on Axe is so good, because you can almost solo him if you have. So I think I'd rather see him do that. But if the Terrorblade was, say, a PA, I would have probably liked the Aghanims more, to be honest. But yeah, in this specific matchup,
if you get
AC
late
is
enough,
just incredible.
Oh yeah, AC is amazing. You get the attack speed, like you said, with the shard, just combos so well. But that's more minus armor as well, Cinder. They synergize together. You can get Axe later as a 6th item on Axe.
He might be the one taking it if they got it from Roche.
I mean, that's true. I'm actually really glad that people are not using it, because it's going to get buffed again. I think it's already strong. So once we start seeing it, it's going to be OP, I think, the next patch. But
good in the right game.
See.
This is definitely one of the better games to buy it in.
Yeah, typically I would never see anybody buy it unless there was a minus armor, like mid hero or something like that. As we're going to see, LSA, again, he tried to use dive, but just not fast enough. So another kill going the way of Team Spirit, but there's just, feels like they're losing, the longer this game goes, they're just losing more ground because of both TA and Brood just controlling the map.
This game is so similar to the last game. It almost feels like we're watching the same game, right? Brood wins the bottom lane, takes the tower. TA farms mid, pushes out.
Yeah.
They will get the first Roche, most likely, at the rate this is going. Unless, okay, this is a good kill.
Absolutely. There's the Mars Arena, Macro Pyre, Ice Path combination into the dual breath. He's at half HP still, very tanky. Mira's here as well. The Rebuke does a ton of damage. And
surely he doesn't live. No way.
Down the bottom.
No.
Toronto, Tokyo. Can he get the wave up? Doesn't even connect. And remember, the more time he buys, the more HP he gains through the spin webs. And they're getting pipped galore, and he still has 5 webs to go. He is so far away from them. Oh, wait. Collapse? Oh boy, now he's stuck in the trees.
All right.
Has to TP out.
All right, Koikva.
Oh my god.
See you at the top of second on Reddit behind Miracle. Oh, that's so... I mean, it's one thing they don't get the kill. They rotated 4 heroes and spent a minute. And now he's full HP. It's like, come back. I'm right here.
I think they've learned their lesson, Cinder. They're going to let him have the tier 2 tower.
No, they
they'll ban him for next game.
They messed up. He should have died, right? I think Tusk didn't have his ult when he came in. He snowballed, but he didn't ever use the Walrus Punch, and they used the Lina stun before the snowball. He could have also waited for the ball.
I mean, even if they hit that, you're 4 heroes that need to be used to kill him. Isn't that just an issue in and of itself?
Yep. I do think, I mean, maybe I haven't been too clear from the start of this. I think Brood is really good right now, and you should probably ban it, but yeah.
He's going pretty much the exact same build here, just super tanky. As the minus armor for the towers and pipe, okay.
This is a killable hero.
Yep. Phoenix, I feel like we've seen this story before.
We got punched for that one.
Absolutely.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Man, it just feels like Mars Arena is up all the time. I feel like that's really going to get addressed in the next patch.
I think it would be the most obvious nerf to the hero.
Yeah.
Would be to make Arena like 100
Which means
seconds
that they're not
75.
Right?
It's debatable. Sometimes it is the obvious nerfs. He's probably going to get -5 move speed though.
-1 armor maybe? Then he's just unpickable, I think. So maybe not.
The armor hits are... Nah, that would never happen to Mars. No.
I mean, they need to keep Mars playable when Dawnbreaker makes her arrival, because they synergize so well together. So,
I want to see Dawn.
Yeah, great hero. Just needs an Ags and a Shard. SumaiL. All right, Ice Shard actually does trap him in. They didn't have any vision to see. They just assumed, I suppose, that he got up the cliff. But either way, going to back off. So a little bit surprised we haven't seen a pickoff into a Roshan yet for Team Liquid. As I mean, SumaiL's just going for the same build. Aghanim Scepter's next on the list, so he can just be all over the map. Mira trying to TP out, but the right clicks are there. And there's the pickoff right in front of the Roche pit. And something tells me that Roshan's about to die. A lot of minus armor here. Aposhka, I mean, they do have some annoying spells to mitigate this Roche attempt. But Macro Pyre will eventually end. The fire shall be extinguished by the ice path, if only it worked that way. SumaiL, all right, we see the pipe come out.
That'll be one way of making Jakiro even worse.
cancel your own ult with an ice path. Excellent. Mickey trying to make as much space as possible. He's gonna. Whoa, how did that not connect? Actually, I think
It got his Manta illusion.
Oh, okay, wow. Well, Egg comes out. Can they kill it in time is the question. Collapse. Looks like they do. He's gonna buy back into the game though. Collapse getting surrounded by Koikfa and the spiders. Gets the rebuke off. Kills a couple spiders, but his life is gone. SumaiL already has the Aegis. And you're right, man. This feels exactly like game 1.
The difference is this time Yatoro is playing the Terrorblade instead of PL. So
He's having more impact.
I have more hope for them because of the specific hero in the game.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Psyblade, Deso, destruction for SumaiL. And now Miposhka, he's a double-headed dragon that is about to die. Down he goes.
All right, I'm going to call it now. No matter whether Spirit win or lose this game, they are not giving away Brood the rest of the tournament. In any games they have left.
Do they have any games left?
They have 2 more in groups, and if they don't get knocked out, they have that's a 3 series, right?
Yeah. I mean, you have to think that other teams are going to be watching. It's like, why did they let Brood through? And they just can't handle it.
It's a bit of a shame, right? Because we've cast a lot of their games actually. I think this is their 3rd or 4th series we've watched, and they drew against Vici, they drew against EG, they drew against who was the 3rd team they drew against on day 1? It was was it LGD?
I don't. Maybe.
It was another. It was 3 of the really strong teams they got draws against. I was like, okay, these guys are legit. They can definitely win against some of the other teams that are not doing so hot. And then they come into these series and they just. I feel like they're kind of getting cheesed, and it's by choice.
Yeah, by choice.
Almost. And it's not like a surprise pick Brood that. It's not a surprise that Liquid has it in their arsenal. It's not a surprise that the later in the draft we go, the better it is when you don't have counters. So.
Well, okay. So
I know I'm talking about it a lot and it's boring, but it really defined these 2 games so much for me. This Brood pick is just.
No, I don't think you're boring, Cinderin.
Thank you. You're a good friend.
You're just an acquired taste.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
A very acquired taste.
It has taken me 31 years. I'm not there yet. But
you're just fermenting like a nice cheese.
Someday I may actually like myself.
Well, that's depressing. All right, let's change the subject. SumaiL's having himself a game. Back to the Brood, not to beat a dead spider here, but wow, you actually laughed at that.
Yeah.
That was such a bad one. But
I know. That's what I'm saying. Being unfunny on purpose can be funny.
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to be funny. That makes it sad, I think. But
no, that was really funny.
Either way, like if you don't do your research, and I mean, obviously Koikfa is known for Brood Mother, but let's just say you don't do your research and you're not expecting the Brood the first time, right?
That's one thing.
That's one thing. But then letting it happen again is just so weird. Like it feels like a little bit of cockiness coming through.
I wonder what the thought process was after game 1 that made them not think that was the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because it means one thing if you're like, oh, it wasn't the biggest problem, we lost to something else. I mean, fair enough. Like, if you looked at the game and you didn't think Brood was a problem, that's fair. But I just totally disagree with that, because when I see the second game, I feel like they're encountering the exact same problems for the exact same reason. So that's why I'm saying, all right, fool me once, fool me twice, rest of the game, you ban the Spidey.
Yeah, that's I don't think that's how that phrase goes.
It almost rhymed. I would have said spice, but it wouldn't work.
God. When you get cranky at night, it really shows something. You really hate this Brood Mother so much.
Well, look at these spiderlings. They can't really choose what to do.
Yeah, this is great micro from Koikfa. You can see why he's so good at this hero. This spider is just patrolling constantly.
You can stay there. There's 16 seconds left. Put on some Daft Punk.
Let's make sure we don't lose a kill.
Around the world, around the world. No!
Man, that is quite the cosmetic.
He lost the web.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So
yeah.
Whatever. Can we get a replay so I can sing the song?
Oh, Tspirit into the Mars arena. Rebuke to follow. There's the percentage base heal from Taiga this time around. Mickey is extremely strong now that he has that Manta, but no shard actually, so maybe not so much. Oh wait, maybe he does have shard. I think we're clicking on Mars there, but Collapse either way gets a battle hunger, but able to blink out in time. In time doesn't really much as he dies shortly after. So 2-for-0 exchange. That's not really an exchange. That's a he doesn't have shard. You're right. So
it's coming up. He's in on courier.
It's funny because Manta is pretty bad when you don't have shard. It's only good for like pushing out waves and whatnot. But Itaro getting chased by SumaiL here, but Mickey jumps in with that Berserker's Call into the Manta style, and Insania trying to get that off, but not able to really connect with much else. Not enough damage here to take out the Terrible. I mean, he is 3rd net worth right now. It's a pretty difficult hero to kill in general.
That might have been a kill with the shard that's arriving now, though. Like, that was deceptively weak.
Yeah.
Considering how many illusions and the attack speed he gets now and everything, it's It's going to make a very big difference.
I was hoping we'd see the replay of the spider, but instead it's going to be this kill. Toronto, Tokyo, with that Laguna Blade, you can see.
Oh, last attack.
Yeah, beautifully done.
He could have egged to live, but thought he was going to survive.
Yeah, Mickey actually jumps in. Collapse. Gets off the spear. Mars Arena as well, and there's a lot of spiders to work with the collapse. Actually on the other side, and he's going to be able to use his rebuke to kill off most of those spiders now. False Promise onto the Brood Mother. Will he survive through this? Doesn't look like it. And that's a pretty big kill for Team Spirit. They're going to actually get another stun onto Insania into the LSA. It's a double kill for Yataro. This is an opening, Cinder. There's no Roche for a while, so they can't really get anything like that, but more objectives, perhaps like the tier 2 mid.
Time warding for the next place Brood is going to go and then go kill him again, or TA. Like, pick whichever core you want to focus on and be one step ahead. They do have one Ops, one Sentry on Jakiro. Either that or you prepare for Roche, but he's far away. Like, the earliest spawn is 2 minutes, so the average spawn is 3.5, right? Yeah. I mean, you could ward for that, but there's a good chance it gets covered by Liquid when they spawn again, so rather try to find something. A lot of drawings on the map here.
And Mickey jumps in. Gets the call up onto the Jakiro. Has already used his macro fire. SumaiL on the other side. This is going to be a very, very easy one. Like you said, now that Mickey has this shard, his damage gets amplified by a lot. He's actually going for Boots of Travel, so just trying to be all over the map. I mean, TA already has Ags, so they're going to have a lot of mobility now, which, I mean, does that surprise you at all? I mean, obviously the move speed is just really good for Axe in general, but typically you'd see, like, you know, we talked about Assault, we talked about BKB. There's a lot of things you can go for Axe that feel pretty standard at this time.
So what did you say he was getting? Travels?
Yeah, Travels.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like that's necessary. I guess I'm kind of arguing against Travels a lot of the time here. In games where you're dominating like this, I think I'd rather just him be able to fight.
Oh boy.
But they feel like they can split the map better.
Rebuke actually misses. Nice micro from Koik. Mars Arena is down, and Mickey gets the call off. And Collapse is just going to try to TP on the other side, but the Culling Blade is there to finish him off. Mira also died in that engagement, so Liquid, it just feels like they're just getting these kills.
It's high ground time.
Absolutely. Mickey, not the greatest tower pusher, but he's going to stick his face. I mean, he does have the dragon skill, I suppose. So
he can be very confident in jumping in, though, I think, with Insania and the Sunray behind.
Yeah.
They have a lot of protection, and the burst damage on the Radiant isn't that good, except from Lina.
Yeah, that is true.
So you even see Koifa just tanking the tower and the Lina at the same time.
And of course, you have Insania in the back with Fortune's End to dispel all this annoyingness that is Team Spirit. And obviously the False Promise to eventually save whoever they go on.
Mm-hmm. And now they're cornered again. They lost all map control with those 2 deaths.
Yeah, absolutely.
And SumaiL with the traps just going to push top. He can come back bottom anytime.
Yeah, he has the Ags and the Shard, so the silence again. Broodmother, Koikfa has both Ags and Shard, so the Ags just allows him... Actually, I'm trying to remember. Is it just like really fast movement speed? Did they change that for Broodmother?
I think it's still the same old, pretty much, right?
It gives you more webs, I think, right? The Aghanim Scepter. And then the Shard, it's just the AoE Silken Bola, which is pretty strong right now.
So I believe you get 8 more webs, and then you get more move speed in the webs.
Right, right. Okay. Oh, that was a potential pick there for Class, but nice blink out there from Mickey. And you can see that Yataro is very confident he's going to be picking up all these items in there. Butterfly, Satanic, Aghanim Scepter. They're in it for the long haul right now. Dies, does have buyback now, but I believe he used meta, so not going to be of much use, sadly. Pochka gets off the Ghost Scepter, but it's going to amplify the damage from the Battle Hunger, and yeah, this is looking quite over in favor of Liquid, which is a real shocker considering the draft.
Yeah, what a great call from Mickey. I think he got 3 into a full duration Sunray, so great stuff. Team Spirit, I don't blame them for trying to find an opportunity and find a fight. They're starved, they're losing the map. Yeah, you got to do something, but ultimately the advantage is big, and if you get that one major initiation on the Axe, the fight is just exceptionally difficult.
Yep, they get mid-racks, they get a tier 4, they back off from the tier 4 because of the TB buyback. course, not super. I mean, he's only level 17, actually. I didn't even realize that, so. But, I mean, his essential ultimate, which is Metamorphosis, I guess we can call it, 80 seconds still. That's what makes him a hero. So 2 racks down, and kind of like we've seen in a lot of these games, they get these 2 racks, but they don't really even have a tier 1 top right now. It's funny how these games are, like, I feel like it's more consistent than I'm used to seeing, that just this entire side of the map is just kind of ignored by the winning team almost. Like in terms of tower.
Yeah, and this has developed even in this patch. I think this being standard is... I feel like this is something we saw months ago in the older map, that people would play the map like this, where you would save the 2 enemy offlane towers for last. But now it's starting to become normalized in this patch as well. It's not an every game kind of thing. Like sometimes people will take that other tower, but...
This Ags is so crazy from SumaiL. All right, there's going to be a free shard on this bad boy. Team Spirit not even in remote destination here. Who does the shard go to? I mean, everybody on the team already has. I would assume it's the Phoenix here.
100%. No question.
Well, yeah, I guess Oracle actually has his shard, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, Sunray will now be able to be castable during the egg, and it provides a slow just in general for the spell overall.
I don't think Oracle has shard, right? He has gem.
Oh, is that the gem?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, the Oracle shard is also not that good.
You think it's good or not good?
Not that good.
Yeah, it's pretty meh. Wait, what does the Ags do for Oracle? Is it the...
I forgot, he's had like 6 different ones.
Yeah, they changed it.
I never buy it.
Oh, this is actually really
Right.
good. Fate's Edict. So you don't get the negative side for your teammates, and the enemies get wrecked by magic damage. So,
Right.
pretty nice. Oh, you're never going to get that on...
But as usual, it's still dispellable. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a pretty big investment to be dispellable.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just add that on as not dispellable.
Maybe.
Maybe that'd be too strong.
That'd make it pretty strong. That'd be like Halberd then, right? Where you can't be keeping
it's not like he can farm though. Like 4,200 gold is a lot. All right, this is the last ditch effort from Team Spirit. SumaiL has the Aegis, he has MKB, he has a jillion items. Collapse gets the spear off into the tier 2 tower, but here comes the team fight potential. Sunray coming in. SumaiL looks like he's going to. Oh, he's going to get healed now with that false promise as well. And on the backside, Koispa going to work. These Team Spirit heroes are going to start dropping slowly but surely. SumaiL actually lives through the false promise. Remember, he still has Aegis on top of all of this. Marzal's finally used after all of this. Oracle's already expended everything, so that's the only casualty for Team Liquid right now. SumaiL continuing on here. Mira gets off the snowball. They will be able to take out Axe, so I think this is a successful hold from Team Spirit for now. But the important thing for Team Liquid is they did not lose Aegis. It's actually a regen.
Regeneration.
Quite nice.
I wonder if they're going to re-go because Metamorphosis drops now. If they find a pick here, it would make sense for Team Spirit to feel really safe with Axe dead. Yep.
They were not expecting... I mean, he does have Agnum Scepter, so he could have a trap in base either way. But Yataro now getting chased by Koikwa. There's the Sunray, percentage-based damage again. The silence is there. Can't get his Thunder up quite yet. Now he can if he really wants to. It's going to be on his teammate. Not a full heal, though. And here they come again. SumaiL from the backside with the BKB. That is essentially a dieback, and now Collapse looks to be next. Well played. I believe GG should be called here in just a moment. Team Liquid get the 2-0 that they desperately need, and I think it's because of Insania's little dance in there after the last series.
Yep. That was the unbanned Brood dance.
Well, that too. They're going to continue to try to play here, it looks like. SumaiL continuing to get healed. Mipochka gets off the Ghost Scepter. It's going to be a waddle at back to base. It's Mira. Not going to be so lucky, though. And yeah, with TA still alive and healthy with that Aegis, this is a dead tier 4 and likely the Ancient to follow.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, you got about 20 seconds to get an arena so you can defend this a little bit longer. Yeah, and I don't think they can play 10 seconds here. It's
GG is called. The McKay with the last call of the game into the Culling Blade. Nothing feels better than a beautiful Culling Blade. You know what feels worse is when you don't get the kill with the Culling Blade. You feel